Our location is at Sydney's notorious King's Cross, as good a spot as you're going to get for any number of nocturnal activities like discotheques, snooker halls and other stuff that's usually done indoors in private between consenting adults, if you know what I mean. Long-time cross dwellers, and they do still exist, will tell you that these days the old bohemian atmosphere of the place is pretty much gone. But if you use a bit of imagination, you can still catch a nostalgic whiff of it at places like the Piccolo Cafe.
Come on. I'll make you a nice coffee, the two of you. Huh?
Everybody from every walk of life would have had a coffee at the Piccolo in the old days.
It's the last bohemian place left, really, in the Cross. Anyone who's sort of, you know, on the fringe can come in here and not really have to worry.
Hello, sweetie. Ayesha is here. Look at the old stuff.
Vito and I have been friends for almost 40 years, because I used to come down here from Lay Girls to get something to eat.
I've made a lot of wonderful friends from here, but it lasted for years and years and years and years and years. You know what you can do with your ways, you can stick it, all right?
It's the only coffee lounge in town where you come to be abused, you know. That's half the fun.
At the Piccolo Bar.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a good day.
Vittorio didn't own the Piccolo at the beginning. Ozzy owned the Piccolo, and then when Ozzy died, we all thought that Ozzy would leave it to Vittorio, but in fact he didn't. He left it to his nephew, and his nephew fired Vittorio. Well, nobody came to the Piccolo, you know. I mean, absolutely, he had to get Vittorio back because the Piccolo is Vittorio. Vittorio is the Piccolo. Many of the artists, the performers, when they were down and out on their luck, you know, they'd come here and get fed.
For you, darling.
Black coffee.
And I, personally, would come here between shows. There was always philosophical conversations going on and political conversations and, you know, lots of talk. It was like the lounge room of the people.
In this weekday room.
People sort of gravitate here and see famous people here all the time. I mean, where I'm sitting now, Jeff Buckley's sat.
Lots of people have come in and I mean, in 40 years, don't forget there used to be not as many coffee shops, you know, especially old night coffee shop, you know. Now they're everywhere, so, you know, it's not so interesting as it used to be.
Loving is the thing I crave.
There was that sexual revolution. People started to come into the Cross that wouldn't normally have come to the Cross because they got a bit gamer.
Can't stand it no longer. Give me some.
I just came along at the right time and was one of the original Lay Girls and one of the pioneers of the whole change of attitude to sexuality. So I'm proud to have been part of that. The wages were terrible, but the glamour was fabulous. You're lucky to get, you know, a feather duster on stage. It'll own 500 feathers these days.
It certainly has changed a lot. You know, it's changed a lot since I was there a while back, 40 years ago.
In the old days, there wasn't all that cement across the way. There was a hill. And we used to all go and play. People would play guitar and we'd sing and lay there on the grass looking at the stars and drinking our coffee. It was like a community.
I think it's hideous. Every second store is a chat room or a takeaway or a 7-Eleven or a massage thing and a couple of sex shops and sex shows. And that's it.
There used to be a lot of junkies and a lot of derelicts, I think. But this is, you know, makes the place look colourful, you know, in a little bit untidy, a little bit dirty, you know, but it's colourful, but they're not there anymore. The police is looking after them.
Changing times, changing times.
It's very clean now. cleaner than clean. I think they want to bring some, some different kind of people. But how can they do it? I don't know.
Oh, the cross has definitely lost the vibe. The cross, it's a bit like me, old and worn out. You know what I mean? Like, making me feel quite emotional. Because it was such a wonderful, it was vibrant, caring, people cared. I think Vittorio is probably, the icon, the last of the ancient times.
We have to pay this thing off, So I suppose I'll have to be here a few more years making coffee. I don't know how long, because, I'm 69 years old. I was born 1934. The same year as Brigitte Bardot and Sophia Loren. Look at them and look at me.
Wonderful Vittorio and his beloved piccolo, the lounge room of the people.